Hello everybody out there, I'm Chris, and when I'm not out there reviewing comics, video games, toys, movies, TV, and other things out there, I'm just like you guys. I'm out there checking out the news and the previews and everything else there is to check out in my free time. And sometimes I come across something in the news, in the previews, in the announcements that fill in one of the above. Annoy me, piss me off, get me mad, make me want to rage. And there were a lot of times I wanted to talk about it, but I never had the exact place or time. Well, that is why this series is now part of Comic Frontline's rundown. Welcome to the first episode of the Angry Italian Show, but it's going to show up as Angry Italian because I'm not calling it the Angry Italian Show. And on this series, I'll be talking about a few things that, like I said, fill in the blank, piss me off, annoy me, make me want to rage, etc., etc. I won't be raging on the video because, believe me, most of my anger has already come out before I hit the record button because I don't want to come off as a complete nut job. But there are still I would still like to give my opinion on certain things. And originally, I was going to start the series off with one thing, but I decided to let that subject finish before I actually make a full-fledged video on it. Instead, this week, something else came to my attention that I did not even know about until we actually did the live show this past Tuesday. We do it every Tuesday, by the way. This past Tuesday was a big show. I would definitely say check it out. But anyway, what I'm talking about is right here, ladies and gentlemen. The Batgirl Joker Variant that was slated for June of this year, I believe. During the month of Joker's birthday celebration, all the DC Comic major titles were getting Joker variants. The variants are all the same price as the regular comics. It's your choice if you want to get the Joker variant or the regular comic cover. Now, why was this the variant and now it is not? Well, this was the variant until a minority of people, a huge group apparently of people, decided to look deeper than just the cover and find 1,000,001 things wrong with this cover, which then led to the artist asking DC to cancel the cover. And to my knowledge, I believe the next one is the replacement one, or a cover that's popped up since, is this one. Basically, roles reversed. And, okay, before we get into, my point of view or how I feel about this cover, which is the cover I feel that should have been on the Batgirl variant, let's talk about what the people were saying. First of all, the people were saying this was a very bad time in Barbara's life. She was victimized by the Joker. He paralyzed her. There was a rumor floating around that he had raped her. So this cover was demeaning, and Batgirl was victimized and being victimized again. And even they went so far as to point out that the gun is pointed down. Now, that of course, the gun pointing down is they claim a hint towards the rape that happened after Batgirl was paralyzed. Now, that's what everybody says. Let me first cover the rape thing so we can get the gun thing out of the way. Number one, a writer years ago debunked the rape. There was no rape. That was a rumor that floated around for a long time, but finally, thank you God, was debunked by a writer in DC. So, the rumor with the gun? No. It's not true. Batgirl was never raped by the Joker. So, already that kills the whole gun. And first of all, his hand's leaning on her shoulder. What do you want the gun to be pointed sideways at her breast? Then you'll find something wrong with that too, I'm sure. But anyway, yes, Batgirl was victimized years ago by the Joker. But this was a pivotal moment not only in the Joker's history, but in Batgirl's history. Pre-New 52, she was paralyzed for life. And Batgirl, Barbara, later went on to becoming Oracle, which was a huge backbone in the DC universe. She was a huge, important character from that moment on. New 52, Barbara was paralyzed for a time, but then luckily somehow came out of it and was able to walk again, and thus Batgirl is still around. But she's become a stronger person, a stronger Batgirl, because of it. Now, granted, yes, this is a new picture. This isn't from the past. This is like they're rehashing old moments in the Joker's life. And yes, but this was an important moment. There was nothing very bad about this cover. And if you didn't like this cover, you didn't have... This is the... my biggest part of the argument is, this is not the main cover. You didn't have to buy this cover. If you don't like it, if you feel that Batgirl was being victimized in this picture, that she was a victim, yada, yada, yada. First of all, Joker has hundreds of victims. Batman, Superman, Wonder... He's reached out to every hero in the world. He's victimized millions of people. Granted, he's only paralyzed one, but he's killed millions. There is nothing wrong with this cover. There is nothing bad about it. And you know, I gotta give kudos to the artist that did this cover for telling DC take it down. You know, he didn't want to start controversy like what happened with Teen Titans, where people were picketing about that too. But Teen Titans #1 in the current volume still went through, and everybody was complaining about Wonder Woman's breast size or something. I don't understand a Wonder Girl's breast. I'm sorry. Stop picking at covers. These are just covers. There are worse covers than this that have been brought to press that nobody had any problem with, that there was no issues with, no nothing. So in the end, long story short, the minority won. The artist took the cover down. So congratulations everybody who didn't want this cover to see the light of day. It probably won't now. However, you started an internet frenzy. There are a million different remakes of this cover. They've had Superman Doomsday. I've seen Zoom and Flash. I've seen hundreds of different reincarnations of this cover. Even down to, like I said, the one that they are possibly going to be replacing it with. Or the reverse one at least. This one. There are hundreds of these on the internet now. So congratulations, you got this comic for now taken down. So this won't be coming out anytime soon. But you started an internet frenzy, and now basically the one thing you didn't want for this cover to float around everywhere and to be available to everybody, now it's everywhere. It's all over Twitter. There are tons of remakes of it, and basically the small victory you had is a fruitless victory because now it's everywhere. And if DC Comics doesn't capitalize on this and put this cover back out, they're crazy, because I can tell you right now, there were a bunch of people that weren't going to buy this cover, but now because of everything that's going on, they definitely will. And I'll be honest with you, I see nothing wrong with this cover. Do I read Batgirl anymore? No. Will I go out of my way if they make this the cover for Batgirl? No. I still won't buy it. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with this cover, because this was a moment in Batgirl and Joker's history. This was an important moment in both of their histories in the DC comic mythos. Why people have a problem with it all of a sudden, with a cover, by the way, this is not what happens in the book, I don't know. And again, it's a cover B. You have an option A, and I'm sure there'll be an option C at this point. Why do you have to pick on option B? Well, now it's gone for now. But I'll tell you, if DC doesn't go with this cover, they're crazy. Because I think that a lot of people now that weren't going to buy it will, and you'll make a good sale on it, DC. So, I mean, if there is a petition out there, or I see a lot of people fighting on Twitter to undo or to uncancel this cover, I definitely support the people that want this cover uncanceled, because there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with it. There is no victimization. There's nothing wrong. Barbara Gordon is a fictional character created by DC Comics as Batgirl. Yes, she's gone through hard times, but she's not real. People need to stop making real reasons up for why that cover is wrong and just get over it. That's the best answer I could say, is just get over it. It's a cover B. You don't have to look at it. You don't have to buy it. You don't need it. You don't want it. Don't look at it. That cover's fine. I've seen lots of worse covers out there. I wish I had a comic to show you guys with a worse cover. Unfortunately, I do not, because I don't buy those kind of covers. But none of you said anything about those covers either. So, anyway, that's my little rant on the Batgirl variant that was supposed to come out but isn't, but hopefully might still come out at some point. Feel free to leave comments below your opinion on the Batgirl variant. Let us know on Comic Frontline. What do you guys think of the Batgirl variant? Is it so bad that it shouldn't be? Am I wrong? Should it not be made? Is it that bad? Or am I right? Do you agree? And why do you agree? And let us know, and we'll check your comments out in the comments below, and we'll answer your guys' comments in the comments below. Next Angry Italian episode will be sometime soon. Believe me, I have a lot of stuff to rant that I can rant about. That some of it I won't, but some of it I will. We'll see. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this new show, this new segment, this new series. Let me know about that also in the comments below if you're enjoying what you see here. And I definitely will try to give you guys more if you're enjoying this more. So, take care, everybody. Don't forget to check out comic-related Comic Frontline Zone 4 podcast and Frontline Gaming Zone. Together, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and try not to get mad out there. There's a lot to get mad at, but try to keep it cool. Later, everybody.